Hi, my name is Willow Tsai. I like chemistry and I like food. I'm going to teach you how to make fudge candies scientifically. Fudge is a milk-based creamy candy. Technically, it comes from a supersaturated syrup that contains more sucrose molecules than the specified equilibrium solubility of milk. It's super susceptible to crystallization. I thought we wanted crystallization. Yes, tiny sugar crystals are what makes a good fudge short and crumbly, but not the big ones. All the bad, grainy, or even chewy fudges you've had in your life can be blamed on the prematurely formed large sugar crystals. It's very tricky to keep supersaturated syrup happy and only crystallize when they should. But once you get to know the chemistry behind it, it's actually pretty easy. The key points are keeping it clean, keeping in mind two ranges, 235 to 245 as well as 100 to 110 degrees Fahrenheit, and number 3, beating the syrup hard when time comes. Let's get started. All you really need are 3 ingredients: 2 cups of sugar, half a cup of cocoa powder, and 1 cup of milk. I picked half and half for extra creaminess. And of course, a saucepan, unless you want to do that. Remember when I said only 3 ingredients? I lied. Here's a 4th ingredient: half a tablespoon of corn syrup. Why? Science. Corn syrup is an interfering agent. It contains long chains of glucose molecules that tend to keep the sucrose molecules from crystallizing when we don't want it to. So, with the magic of corn syrup, we can have a more stable supersaturated syrup. But be careful, you don't want too much corn syrup in there. Otherwise, the fudge syrup will have a hard time crystallizing when it needs to, and just stay a puddle. We mix all these ingredients together, put on a medium-high heat, stir. When it starts boiling, we stop stirring and then put a lid over the pot so the steam will wash down the side of the pot. Why again? Heating allows for the milk to dissolve more sugar than it usually would. At boiling point, all of the sugars are dissolved to form the very unstable supersaturated syrup. Stirring and the sugar residues on the side of the pot brings seed crystals into the syrup. Even a tiny bit of sugar crystal will cause the syrup to crystallize prematurely. And we don't want that. Absolutely not. No. Now let's check out the thermometer and see what the temperature is. 234, 235, and 236. Alright, we had it, folks. 235 to 245 degrees Fahrenheit is the softball stage. If you don't have a thermometer, drop the syrup into cold water and see if it forms a little flat pancake at the bottom. Fudge is a soft candy, so the softball texture is the consistency we want. If you go past it, there's no coming back. Now we just let it sit and cool. Don't touch it. Did you say touch it? Don't not touch it. I said don't touch it. Let's review. For water and milk, its solubility decreases as temperature decreases, which means that as the supersaturated syrup cools, it becomes more and more likely to crystallize. And that's why you shouldn't touch it. I'm not touching. You'd better not. Don't get me wrong, we do want crystallization at the right time, because again, the millions of tiny sugar crystals is what gives fudge the creamy texture. However, if you disturb the syrup too early, again, the crystals will form prematurely and grow as the syrup cools, forming large sugar crystals that makes the fudge coerce. It's best to stir the syrup with 1/4 cup of butter when it's lukewarm at about 100 to 110 degrees in order to promote crystallization at once throughout the candy. You know, like this. I kind of waited too long for my syrup to cool, and as you can see, it's kind of hard to stir and pour. But you should usually stir for 10 to 15 minutes and pour your syrup into a container greased with butter or lined with wax paper. Wait for it to cool and cut it. There you go. Perfectly scientifically made fudge. They do taste really good. If you want some more fudge, just, email me and I'll deliver if you're around USC. How is it?
So good.
Really? Mm-hmm. Oh wait, you dropped something. Let me put this down and grab that for you.